Well, hey, BJ and Joe Ando back out and about on the Recumbents, and we had to go food shopping, but it's such a unbelievably nice day. It's supposed to be into the mid 80s today, believe it or not, for March in southern Colorado. That's pretty feisty. Like my dear wife and riding buddy says, it's more like fall summer.
Fake summer.
Yeah, fake summer. But yeah, we just we took the Greenway, Bikes Peak Greenway, up to get to Panera Bread in the University Village, Colorado Center, and then we jumped on the Nevada Avenue access path, and now we're going to go over here and pick up the Vincent Street bridge, and then get on the Cottonwood Creek Trail heading south, I guess it would be. It's kind of southwest.
Turn here or turn up there?
Whichever one you want to do. I'm open to either one. But yeah, so we got our shopping done, and just decided that we needed to. It was so nice, we had to go get just too good of an excuse to go get an iced tea someplace. So went up to Panera Bread.
Also, we just want to give a variety.
And this way, we have the practical side in usage of a recumbent trike, the trailer on it and getting your food or getting a bigger partial or something like that, say you're getting tires or something, so, and then we have the fun part where, we're just taking out, go get some iced tea, eat our brown bag special lunch, and then just kind of cruise around. Yeah, so now we're gonna go pick up the Vincent Street Trail Bridge. They call it the Vincent Street because that street up there on top of the wall there, that's Vincent Street. But we're going to turn to the right here and go over the bridge. We're not going to go all the way up Cottonwood Creek Tricks. We were just there not that long ago. We could have gone another way down. We could have just gone down this little part up here, but just decided that we'd add a little more to it. Okay. As you can see, it is just a bluebird day. Although it's a little bit hazy.
That's probably from the smoke from the fires.
Yeah, we do have a forest fire, or a brush fire, down south of Colorado Springs on Highway 115, and so that could be why it's a little bit of haze today. So yeah, now like I said, we're on Cottonwood Creek, howdy, and trail, and then it will turn into the Pikes Peak Greenway once we get to the intersection here. This is the intersection. Normally, if you were coming up the Greenway and you turned left on that trail right there, that would take you up to Woodman Avenue. and then you'd be on the new Santa Fe Trail, part of the Pikes Peak Greenway. That's Fountain Creek down there. But yeah, well, thanks for checking out the video. This is going to be a shorter video than a lot of them because, like I said, we normally don't even do a video on a food run. But since we're getting in a small ride with it, thought I'd try to get a little extra video. Tomorrow is Sunday, and it's supposed to be very cloudy and about 20 degrees colder. So it's not going to be cold. It's going to be in the 60s, but it's according to, the type of wind we've got and all that kind of stuff, according to, what kind of day it's going to be. So we're thinking about not riding and going over to the Roadhouse Theater and checking out that new movie called The Hail Mary Project. Looks pretty interesting. And the reviews have been very, very good. So it can't be too bad, because usually these review guys hate everything. Check it out. There they are. Well, hello.
Hey.
Have a good one. Hello. All right. Yeah, that was Mark and Diane. Mike's back. Ooh. Yeah, they should have sped up a little bit. Yeah, one nice thing about this time of year, they don't have the leaves on the trees and stuff, so you can actually see down into the creek. Where most of the time during the summer, it's full enough to where it's really hard to see down into. And this being the urban trail that it is, on the other side here is basically a Furniture Row Denver mattress store. So, and I'm sure you guys don't want to see that. So, we'll stay with shooting from this side. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. We'd really appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and share the video. And hey, leave us a comment too if you got time. We always appreciate it, and I do try to answer every comment. But yeah, I hope since it's Saturday, I certainly hope that you're having anywhere near as good a weather as we're having. You really can't it's not real good in a way because we're getting very dry, and our snowpack has been very low this year up in the mountains. So, well, we may have some water restrictions come. Howdy. For later on this summer, but we still have April to go, and howdy. April can be a snowy month too here in southern Colorado. Yeah, we're not We're not like Texas where, you know, by April, you know, it's warm. The blue bonnets are out, and that's a type of flower. And yeah, so now here it can be cold and wet and rainy or snowy, either one. Howdy. Hey, can say you're never too old to ride a bike. Hello again?
Long time, huh?
Wider back. Howdy. Joe didn't jump up on the e-assist.
Here, give myself a stretch there. My legs real work.
Yeah. Howdy. Yeah, basically, Sunday and Monday both supposed to be about the same, in the 60s, but mostly cloudy.
Passing on your left. Bike up.
Passing on your left. Thank you. Nice shirt.
Are you wearing your Buffalo Lodge?
Yeah. Yeah, the gentleman on the bicycle had on a Buffalo Lodge bike jersey like I do today. Whew. Howdy. Now we're under I-25 right now. You have the main body, and then they have the on and off ramps. Got a nice little picnic area over here. Put these new trail speed limit signs on here, but a lot of people still don't follow it. Although Joe and I still believe that 20 miles an hour is too fast for you know, this type of an urban trail. More like 10 to 15, or 15 at the most would be much better. Howdy. Like I said, this is the Pikes Peak Greenway, or part of it, and it is definitely an urban trail. Never had a railroad going through here. A jar busted something there.
Kind of looks like, to me, it looks like it's apple butter or something.
Yeah, or blackberry jam or something. Let this guy go past here. It's a little tight right here. Sure. Got this noisy manhole cover we have to run over.
Another bike back.
Yep. I see him. Thank you. Howdy. Afternoon. Okay. Got a noisy old bridge to go over here. This got the old.
Noisiest.
Yeah.
One of them.
This has got the old wood boards instead of the new Trevlex, or how they pronounce that stuff that some of the bridges are made out of. The really good ones are concrete bridges, but I'm sure those are considerably expensive. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
I don't think those are any worse bouncy-wise as the concrete ones, but
Well, it's funny, you know, because the concrete bridge they made, you know, for the T-gap, that thing is smooth as glass.
yeah.
But yeah, the one that they did for the Cottonwood Trail, yeah, that one there was wavy. Totally wavy.
Well, it just means that one company either they use better cement than the other one.
Or just a better technique.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But it's not cheap to make the concrete bridge because they have to put in a metal understructure to support the weight of the concrete. But they'll last forever, so
On your left.
passing on your left. A little too much. The creek is literally right there, past all these really thin bushes. It's really strange because it's moved over a lot. I don't know if it's because the water flow is so low right now, but usually it's come more towards the other side.
I think they redid that part because they're doing some sort of thing with this troll thing.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. It's a dam of some sort, but
Yeah.
it's like, I think it's more. You're probably right. It's probably more like a flow control
Yeah. That's right.
than an actual dam.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Not like that one over there by Safeway on the Midland.
Yeah, yeah. That's just a little version of it. This is a big version of it. But yeah, no, we don't have any grand plans for today, so we'll probably just kind of mosey on towards home because it is after 2. But who knows? Got a bike up. We might cruise down to the duck ponds or down to Monument Valley Park, and then, oh shit, people really need to slow down.
Racetrack.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that's going to get people hurt because he's in a big hurry, you know. That's why I don't like 20 miles an hour. It's too fast. And now, as you can see, the creek is on the other side. So it kind of twists and turns and does its thing. Oh, I got to get out of 2 here. Yeah. I'm going to put this forward just a little bit here because I need to get a drink of water. It's hot today. Yeah, like they say, hydrate, hydrate, and hydrate some more. Howdy. Yeah, originally we were gonna go food shopping yesterday, but we had a appointment with our social worker for PACE, Rocky Mountain PACE, which is our low-income senior health insurance plan. And hello, we howdy. And by the time we got done, it was noon, and then we had to eat lunch real quick, and it just really wasn't worth the time to throw all the gear on and do this just to go out for an hour. So we took a nice walk instead. There's nothing wrong with that. We walk just as much as we ride. We kind of like the idea of being able to do both. You got the Pike View Reservoir on one side, and you've got Monument Creek on the other. But you definitely don't want to go down either of these sides.
Just because of the rocks, the other side.
It's you will
Going over
head over heels, yes, many times before you hit the bottom.
Wheels overhead.
Yeah, head over wheels. Howdy. Lots of people out fishing. Whole lot of people out riding today. And we were coming up this way. It was like a bicycle freeway. Man, there's bikes everywhere. Yeah, like I said, hope you're out there out there getting in a good ride today. If not, maybe a good walk. Or if you're playing golf today, you have our sympathies. Because, let's face it, golf is a great way to ruin a good walk. I know. Some people really like golf, so that's cool. To each their own. Howdy. This is a BMX track here. Thank you. Yeah, the Pikes Peak Greenway goes all the way through Colorado Springs. So it is our longest trail in Colorado Springs, and then it will take you up north all the way to well, the true ending right now is Palmer Lake, the little town of Palmer Lake. It used to go further than that. It used to go up to the Greenland open space, but according to the rides that our friend Pitmaster Toby has done, it gets pretty darn rough once you get past Palmer Lake. You need to have like a mountain bike, or you need to have a Tie Fly X, type trike, where you can have full suspension and big tires and all that kind of stuff. Howdy. And we're going into what we call the bobble zone. Just these short little abrupt little upheavals in the pavement. And they bounce us all around. Very bouncy, very bouncy, very bouncy, very bouncy, very bouncy, very bouncy. And they're getting worse in the old age of the asphalt here. Howdy. Because this part down here used to be okay, but now it's getting this. Yeah, it's getting the same way. It's just as bouncy. Of course, if we were rich and could afford full suspension trikes, we'd probably even hardly feel it.
You still bounce around.
Especially if you had a Stein trike with its 4 inches of suspension on both front and back. Okay. Howdy. Get down here to a spot. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off, and that way if we end up going a little longer, we'll I can get a little more of a different trail. So We got a good spot down here where the Templeton Gap Trail meets the Pikes Peak Greenway. A little bit of a pullover. We got a bike back. Thank you. We're clear. Now this is kind of a dual junction. You get on the T-Gap Trail off the Pikes Peak Greenway, or the Sinton Trail off the Pikes Peak Greenway. All right. All right. Well, we'll get back to you. Bye for now.
slowed down.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And then I came to a complete stop because the older child was trying to take the younger child's hand and walk up the trail with him.
Yeah,
So between them and Mom, they took up the whole sidewalk.
right.
So I stopped, and then he almost walked right into the trike.
Yeah, he almost did mine too. All right, well, we're back. We basically went down the west side of the split version of the Pikes Peak Greenway, which is all concrete, where the east side is all dirt. And now we went over the I-25 pedestrian bridge, as they call it, but bicycles are allowed. And we are now on the Mesa Springs Greenway. At least I think that's what this is called. I've never really quite got an answer from anybody, including Alan. But yeah, so now we're definitely on our way home, because it's been a nice, beautiful day and super warm, so we had to just stay out a little bit longer, because you just don't get these kind of days this time of year very often. Although we've had like 3 or 4 of them in a row, which is just like pretty unbelievable. Yeah, that doesn't happen. Like we were talked about before, you might get 1 or 2 80-degree days in March, might. But you can also have 12 inches of snow and cold and blowing and ice and all kinds of crud in March here. So, but it does seem that the climate change is definitely changing our climate, and it wouldn't be the best thing, because we're way low on moisture, and we've already had a lot of fires, bushfires. They've got one on Fort Carson, which is the Army post, just south of Colorado Springs on 115, and also off of I-25. It's huge, but yeah, it's like, at least as yesterday, it was over 1,000 acres, and it was 0% contained. Come up here and get a gratuitous Joe shot. No. And we got a really long light here. And of course, we couldn't catch it perfectly. All right, well, made it across. So just to give you guys a little background, Jolyn and I have been riding trike since 2018. And I was the first one to get one. And I got your basic 7-speed Sunseeker Echo Tad. So probably the most bottom line trike you could possibly buy. And then I had it converted to a 9-speed, which improved it the way you could use it a lot. And then I traded that in for another Sunseeker, the Echo TAD, T-A-D, which is a 24 speed. And then went through a whole bunch of Terra trikes. We've had several Terra trikes over the years, both Joe and I. And Terra trikes are good trikes, nothing wrong with them. But they are a little finicky going downhill because at downhill speed because of the type of steering that they have. They have direct steering, where trikes like the green speed I had and the ice trikes we have now has indirect steering, and indirect steering is a little bit slower, and you don't have as good of turn radius, but it's very stable feeling on a fast downhill. Very stable. And we've had these both since 2023 or 2022. I can't remember exactly. I want to say 2023. I think we got Joe's in like February of 2023. And we got mine in March.
Of course, we both had the month in between where there's
Yeah. Every time, we know better than to buy a trike in the winter, because the minute we buy one, it snows for like a week, and it takes 2 weeks to melt, you know. So now on, we got to try to learn how to buy trikes in the summertime, so we can get to ride them right away. But unless something drastic changes in our finances, like Joe finally gets that winning ticket for the Powerball, we will probably be on these old ice trikes for quite a while. Because even though we picked these up in 2023, we bought them both used. And from Angletech, of course. You know Angletech, www.cycledifferent.com. And ice is a very high quality trike. And we put a lot of miles on our trikes. We put between 3,000 and 4,000 a year, easy. And that's like, you know, if we don't go anywhere long distance at all. And so we, but they're very strong. You know, we like the ices because they have, well, the frames are steel, but the rear ends and the front ends, and, you know, the boom and all that is aluminum. So it's kind of the combination of the super strong frame, but with the aluminum parts, you know, to give you a little better suspension feel. And I said, our trikes are old. Joe's is a 2009. It's technically it's actually a trice, T-R-I-C-E. And it's a trice T for touring. And mine is a 2011. Howdy. And mine is an ice, but mine's a weirdo. Let's just go down the road, dear. Down. Okay. Wait a minute. You might want to wait for the. No, we're not crossing. We're gonna go down the road.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
Well, what are you gonna? I don't know what you're waiting for. We've got a bike lane. But yeah, so like I said, mine is a little bit of a weird one. It's a hybrid, because what it is that I have the 2011 frame from the new, at that time, the Sprint 2, which means that I have rear suspension. If it's just a Sprint, it was no suspension. If it was a Sprint 3, it was full suspension. and but I have the front end and the rear swing arm from the older Trice Q, which stood for quick. So basically I have, like I said, it's a hybrid, and they call it a Ice Sprint 2 Deluxe Edition. They gave it a cheaper name, or a fancy name, just to sell the rest off of the old Trice parts. Because our trikes do fold, but they only fold in half. They don't have the twist fold that the newer ice trikes have, where you fold it in half and then you can fold the back tire down. This one doesn't. Neither one of these do that, but they will fold in half quite easily. We actually use an old toe clip strap to basically hold the when you want to pick up the rear end and push the trike. Basically what it does is it holds the rear end and the front end together, because otherwise the rear end to come up and nothing happens. All right, well, I think when we get up here just before the Pop Cycle Bridge, we're going to go ahead and end the video. And again, thank you for checking out the vid. Howdy. So we basically came off of the Mesa Springs Greenway onto Fontanero Street, and then picked up the Pikes Peak Greenway on the west side. This is kind of the first part of the divided side of Monument Valley Park. Monument Valley Park is one of those real long, skinny parks. And it goes right through the creek, or the creek goes right through it. That's what I should say. All right. Well, from BJ and Joe Ondo, out and about on the Recumbents. Till we come together next time, my fine friends. Happy trails. Bye.